welcome back. It was a little short break, but we're still here. CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10, and we are in upper bracket semifinals. That's right. Complexity taking the first game here against Royal Never Give Up. And that was actually a fairly interesting game. I thought maybe Royal Never Give Up was able to well, make it to the late game again and then have another 90-minute game, but that didn't happen. Complexity was able to close it out, which seems to be pretty rare this tournament, or rather, it seems to be one of the more challenging things to do. But Complexity nailed it. They did it. They take game 1 of the series. It is a best of 3. Here with me, Kyle and Slacks. Kyle, what do you think about that game?
I think that I was right about everything, and Slacks was incredibly wrong.
All right.
Pretty much the opposite of right.
Yep, that's absolutely right. I mean, leave it to Eternal Envy to have me have no idea what is happening. I watched that game.
You might have been baffled.
I was baffled. I watched that game intently, trying to figure out where the synergies came from and what made them so good. And I'll tell you, I'm so confused. How did that Bloodseeker explode so well in that game?
Because of the support puck, obviously.
It was Z-Freak, though. If anyone told me Z-Freak puck, I would have changed.
I did tell you.
He actually told you.
He said he was a support. I didn't know.
He said Z-Freak because Z-Freak normally plays it. This time he also has to buy wards. We'll see how he does that, which he did brilliantly, by the way.
That's literally what I said. Thank you, Sheaves.
You're welcome. Got your back.
She's paying attention.
Sometimes I just drone out when Kyle talks, but Z-Freak
Don't blame me there either.
is a god. I have said this over and over again. And to put him on a hero where he can really shine like a puck, it ain't about buying wards, it's about big plays. Oh, it feels so good to see Z-Freak off of Bane and onto a hero that makes things happen.
They banned Bane and Ogre. Thank God. That's the new Envy draft I'd love to see. Ban out the heroes you'd consider picking for Z-Freak. That would be bad.
Yeah. Oh,
They didn't even give him the option.
he's so good.
Yes.
He is.
You know, I've known Z-Freak for quite some time, and I can tell you, he is a very good player.
Yeah.
That is not the lane that was most strong, though, Kyle. It started out in the laning stage where
Yep, the Necro Enigma.
Necro Enigma, top lane.
Just can't contest that. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh, we'll do Core Enigma, Kunkka support, but it makes way more sense to do it as they did. Envy is going to play the 4 Enigma, much like we saw Secret do, where Zai or Yapster would play it, but it was traditionally more of the 4.
Yeah.
And then the Necro, like, they were level 6. The DK was level 5. They dove him, they killed him, like, that's it. Now you still have an Enigma ult threat, like, you can't lane top anymore.
But a DK Vengeful Spirit safe lane? That was a little of a questionable decision.
It's because they've sort of pigeonholed themselves in that draft, though. That's the problem. They pick Alina, that's got to go mid. You could theoretically put the DK off lane, but against the Bloodseeker, you're liable to just get chased down and clicked. And, I mean, Tiny Top is going to be even worse. And that's the downside of picking 2 strength heroes into Necro Enigma. What do you do, Sheaves? That's right, you don't do that.
He really was just taken out of that game, man. Absolutely. The Necro was constantly ulting him and was so much HP. The weakness, that's so much damage with Necro, man. It was wonderfully executed. I was so happy to be out of my element, and Envy's on 3 other levels.
He's in another dimension.
Yeah, man. So,
Well,
You ever watch Donnie Darko?
I did.
before we get into this, we have a drawing board.
It's so funny. It's a simple question. I had an analogy lined up. Let's get into this replay.
Oh, please be the puck play. Aw, man. Okay, no worries. Why'd you pick this one? Let's go, Kyle.
Let's go, Kyle. All you.
All right, hang on. All right, so why is it's all zoomed in and everything?
Oh, yeah.
How do I unzoom it?
You know.
That doesn't work. All right, well, we got Monet. What? Stop hitting buttons.
I'm trying to clear it.
So, look at this. He's sad.
Yeah.
They run away. DK is dead, of course. The egg pops, the BKB is used, and the cool thing about Cole's lineup is all the cheap spells, specifically this Limp Kunkka. Itemized for fighting, he went BKB Halberd. He's killing it. You can see they have Bloodseeker spells,
Good
they have the
Lord.
Necro Scythe on top. You got a puck spells, Enigma Q, Bloodseeker W, the Kunkka Torrent combo, and the Necro Q. All of these are on incredibly low cooldowns. You're never really pressured as Complexity to stop. You can always continue to push the aggression. They've got great sustain, Necro Bloodseeker. You never need to heal. Kunkka can X people back to base, have them TP X back. So the Cole lineup, as soon as you get that 1 kill, it's so easy to just keep going and have the momentum flowing, because much like the ocean, you've got more of a wave. You just ebb back out, refuel, come back into shore. Surfers love you just like they love the Complexity draft.
Just like the waves.
Indeed. And they took a victory off that. So now maybe if Complexity, you know, they can do one more like that, they'll take home the grand prize.
What do you think of this buyback on
Kahuna,
Phoenix?
baby. What's up?
Buyback on Phoenix to Insta-dead. That must have been a sad moment for them.
I would agree.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. It's that was great.
That was great.
That slacks.
Sit down.
I like to stand.
No, not here. No, not in my set.
Oh, sorry. You're the
Nope.
boss.
We're not allowed to be higher level than her.
You know what I'm not the boss of?
What?
The MVP vote. But if I was the boss, I probably would agree with you guys. I hope I will agree with you guys. Who's the Hex MVP?
Twitch chat voted Eternal Envy 87%.
Whoa, my goodness gracious. Could it be, ladies and
Drum roll.
Whoa!
Woo!
Shit. My boy.
They did it.
My boy.
You're bro.
I know that guy.
Yeah, that's great.
That is
insane.
very well deserved.
Has anyone beaten Envy for MVP?
No, this is the first time. The first time even that one of the fan favorites, like Dendy, Seafreak.
Yeah, BSJ.
Sorry, Envy, BSJ. You know, got them confused already here.
Yeah.
But that's the first time they got beat.
That's a great. I mean, to be fair, he checked all the boxes.
Yeah, I did.
Played a terrible hero.
Yeah.
Played it well as a 5 support and won a game with Eternal Envy on his team.
Incredible.
That's tough.
A near impossible feat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, completely deserved, completely worth it. He made everything happen that game, and they still couldn't kill him. They put in everything to take that sucker out, but it was too good. I hope to see that Z-Freak on similar heroes from the rest of the tournament. No more Banes for him, please.
I feel like it's funny because Zach and I have had similar play styles, or at least similar ways that we read the game and want to play.
One would wonder why.
That's right. It's almost like we were just had similar upbringings or something. It's weird. It's
crazy.
one of those eerie coincidences.
Crazy.
But he likes to kill enemy players.
Wow.
He's bloodthirsty.
That's new.
He is a Dane in the year 900. The Swedes as well.
What?
They believe in the iron.
The Danes.
The Danes.
Yeah, there's so many places you could have gone that were so much easier than the Danes of 1912. Anything.
900.
900s.
That's even more confusing. What the hell was going on in 900?
Is that the Viking territory?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. It's the
Vikings. They believed
Vikings.
in the iron price. They take.
Game of Thrones was not in Denmark,
It's based on a true story.
but it's not in Denmark. No dragons.
How do you know?
How do you know that, though? Let's be real. Are giants real?
Am I not living
Charlemagne
proof?
was 6'6".
What did you just say? Charlemagne was what now? All right. You know, this is, you watch Dota, you hope to get some Dota knowledge, and you just keep getting the insane rants of a madman. But what can he do?
I'm sorry. I
and
apologize to the viewers at home. I have a hard time controlling myself
Thank you.
with interactions like
His mind is exploding
It's
with
exploding.
980 garbage. Anyway, new game coming up soon.
Yes.
I hope to see the same stuff from Complexity. It has been the first time where someone's picked some really wild, crazy heroes, and they've won in this tournament. Really?
How short is that memory,
What are you
guys?
talking about?
Excuse me. Did you not have Kezu picking freaking Darkseer just the game before?
This Kezu's Darkseer. That's like, oh,
This
Dendy
is
pick
Z-Freak's
punch.
puck. You didn't even see it coming. I think this wasn't even a wild card. I saw that coming from a mile away.
Oh.
Well, they picked puck. I thought it could be a Z-Freak puck. Do you know why?
Why?
Because he has a great puck.
I want to leave. Can we get
You're not allowed. You're staying. You're
Sorry,
staying.
kid, I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, I just saying, Kunka's picks, puck picks, is all wild stuff, and it's good to see a team being able to experiment and get those experiments to be successful. I hope to see more of it. Please don't follow this up with a Terrorblade, Phoenix, stale.
You know what dude, it's a 50-50. That was the good half.
Okay.
What comes after that good half?
That's not how
better
odds work. That's definitely not how odds work.
That's 100% true. If you flip a coin and it's heads 10 times in a row, it is about 97% likely that it'll be tails on your 11th.
It's the gambler's fallacy, Kyle.
But at the same time, it is really not. Because it's a new flip.
Prove it.
Do it.
Flip a coin.
Give me a coin.
No,
I got.
You're making her mad. Sure.
Unless you test this hypothesis, there's no way you can prove it.
Well, we'll have to get
Schrodinger's cat.
Let's talk about Dota.
Right.
Right, Chiefs.
Let's talk about the next game. Actually, before we do, the vote is, of course, reset again. You can vote for your favorite, or sorry, for the most valuable player. I was very proud of you guys. Thank you. And make sure to do the same thing again in the next game, or at least vote for the player that you think is the most valuable. And of course, just to remind you guys, winners bracket semifinals.
Woo!
Winner of this is top 3 of the first minor of 2018-2019.
Woo!
That's a big achievement right here. All these teams that we see, they have these dreams of making it to the major, making it to the top of the major as well, but the first step is making it to the top of the minor. One step at a time, and so far, Complexity is doing pretty okay.
They're doing
great.
What
They're
happened?
doing great, if you ask me.
I don't know what happened while I was not looking, but you guys were up to no good. I know that much. Look at this.
Talking about
No
the
idea.
bracket.
Brackets. Infamous and Vegas Squadron. We saw them already earlier today. They are waiting for their opponents who will drop down from the upper bracket.
Straight down, right? There's no flip because it's still the first round of the losers.
I will check with my people. Straight down. Yes.
Thank you for that consultation, Chiefs. I appreciate
You're welcome. I know everything. All the time.
Great host.
Yeah,
The
thank
best
you.
host. You're actually
Oh.
the best host, I think, at this entire event.
So,
Shaver, if there was a game that you wouldn't host, what would it be?
a game that I wouldn't host.
Yeah. Do you have any moral qualms?
I'm
You
thinking.
hate a specific game that's out there right now? Let's get a controversial statement going for your Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's throw it.
Let's think. Does it have to be? Does it have to be? Like a computer game?
No, it could
Any
be
game.
anything you want. Scrabble?
Scrabble would be fun to commentate. I'd commentate that.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah. Scrabble wouldn't be too bad. Most games would be
pulling out
fun.
the 7th letter tile. What's that blank gonna be?
Well, give it some thought. Here we are.
I'll give it some thought.
Thank you, Sheaver.
Come back to it. Here we are, game number 2 of the series. Ioax and Magnus, Bane, and Phoenix banned out.
I like what Envy's doing with the Magnus ban. He recognizes, hey, this is SRF's best hero.
Oh, yes.
Let's not give it to them.
That is an
That sounds
absolute
like a great
respect
plan.
ban from yesterday.
Indeed. And that hero is very great at forcing these epic, interesting, and lovely 80-minute games that we all love, know and enjoy.
Hey, Enigma ban as well. Respect for the Envy Enigma.
About time. I think they just necro here, though, is the thing. That hero seems pretty annoying.
Holy moly, we got an analyst, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, maybe there's Winter Wyvern on the side of Royal Never Give Up then.
Oh, man. Can't wait for this.
I don't think you want to necessarily. I think against necro,
Oh,
you
dear.
just go for like
Darn.
some silencer. They'll probably end up going like silencer tiny, even though I really don't like tiny into necro. But we'll see.
We saw a lot of puck. I mean, excuse me.
The thing is, there's a lot of team psychology that goes into the draft, and they won with silencer yesterday in their elimination game, so I'm sure they're confident on the hero. I like the Knicks. This was something we saw used earlier today in a game that should have been won by Runes. They really snatched defeat from the jaws of victory in that one.
Yeah. It was a sad display. But Nick's Assassin, as you said before, great for bursting him down. I was going to ask you about Pugna. People have been counterpicking Necro with Pugna. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's cute, but I feel like Necro just buys a hood anyway, and really his spells don't cost too much mana, and I think it's actually less effective against Necro than it is other types of heroes because you have low mana cost spells and have such high regen, so the burst isn't as effective. Yeah, you can blow them up through the Ghost Shroud, but at the same time, like, you just go Yules as well. Like, you just itemize naturally to deal with the Pugna.
Marana. That's an interesting pick here. We've been seeing it all tournament as an answer to Phoenix, but these guys have other plans.
You got to be real careful now if you're RNG. Once again, their second pick. Complexity's been first pick in both games.
Yep.
I still think that that's the better selection, and I imagine they just prioritize that, whereas RNG prefers the Radiant side. That's fine, but you're very susceptible to illusions now as the RNG draft. You got to be careful for PL, for TB, and for Broodmother. The scary spider. It is the day after Halloween.
Now, the speaks are over. A question, though. Ain't they getting a little invis heavy over here on Royal?
It's a good point.
This is,
They do have two heroes, and they can both turn invisible.
I
If you could choose, Slacks, would you
Oh, God.
It's a simple question.
All right, go for it.
Go ahead.
Jeeves, I'm curious as to your opinion as well. If you
All
could
right.
choose a superpower,
Yeah.
would you prefer flight or
Yeah.
invisibility?
Am I the only one with the superpower? Does anybody know I have the superpower?
You don't have to tell anyone.
Nobody else has a superpower, guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Do I want to be invisible or do I want to fly?
Correct. You can only have one, not both.
How fast do you fly?
As fast as your body, I guess, can handle. That'd probably be at least a couple hundred.
Do I get
miles an hour.
tired from flying?
No, but it does take an intense amount of mental focus. You've got to literally, as you fly, you need to be intentionally thinking about missing the ground, which is weird.
Will I, like for example, if I'm going from here to, let's say, LA, it takes me 12 hours.
Oh my God.
How much, that's in an airplane. How long will it take me if I fly personally?
How long would it take to walk? All right? Who cares? Do you want to fly? You want to be a Vince? What do you want?
What's the answer?
I mean, oh,
That's what you
sorry,
said. Question.
yeah. I think it would probably depend a bit on wind patterns. Like it's
Oh,
faster to
Christ,
fly.
don't-
Will it take me a
Guys.
lot faster or slower?
Well, flying west is faster. Flying east
Yeah,
is
but
slower.
is it faster than an airplane or not?
Ogre
It's
Magi picked
a
up.
bit slower. I'm sorry. It's
How
probably-
much slower?
I mean, it
Yeah.
depends on the flight because.
Do I
most
need a break if I
intercontinental
want to go
flights
to
don't
LA, or
break
can I
much
go
more.
direct?
Can you go direct?
Do I need a break?
What did
You
we
don't
say?
need
A
to
wreck?
stop for gas, but you might need to find like a landmass just to relax a little bit. Eat a
Ogre
banana.
There's no islands in the ocean.
You're
Yeah,
a
there are
big
many
buffer.
islands in the ocean. There's a lot of uncharted islands.
Lots,
believe it or
lots
not.
of stunts coming out.
What happens if I get tired and I'm in the air? Do I just fall down?
Well, if you fell asleep, then you'd probably drift. Think of it as like being in space, but there's wind resistance. So it's sort of like being in a plane, but you'd
Bloodseeker
slowly fall.
band
so
out
you put
here.
autopilot and take a nap.
All right.
Royal
Well,
definitely doesn't
I
want to see
don't
that
know yet.
Bloodseeker again.
Also, if you were flying with a friend, you would slow your airspeed considerably.
Okay, well,
Please
let's
move.
focus on the game. I'll come back
What?
on it.
After a 2-minute discussion, you're not even gonna give a
I have
freaking
not
answer.
asked my questions yet about
What
being
did you just
invisible.
answer it?
There's
It's
also
been 3
questions about
minutes.
being invisible.
It's a really big decision, Jake.
If we go
Give
through
us-
this
relax.
chat and you don't tell me if you want to be
Jake, we have
invis or
plenty of
fly,
time.
I'm
It's a
gonna
long
flip
show.
out.
Please.
I'm gonna make you
Let's
both
get back to
invis.
the draft, Jake.
Oh my God.
So there's the PL ban, as expected by RNG. Complexity have proven they love to pick it, and at the same time, their first pick. And PL is much more powerful, I think, as a first pick hero, because you get the 4 heroes revealed. It's not really something that's super value as a last pick. They did go for the Ogre with the Necro, so just really strong laner. Zach loves to stun people. As I said, he is bloodthirsty, and this
Yeah.
Ogre can do just that.
I think I'll be invisible.
Oh my God.
Is there a fade time?
It takes a little bit. You first go opaque, and
All
then
right.
you're see-through, but like you can see the outline.
Are my
and then
clothes
you're
invisible?
No, they're not. That's the difficult. There are, however, special materials you can have that will turn invisible with you as long as it's touching somewhere on your skin.
Okay.
We got told off. Let's continue
Ogre
on.
Magi don't like. I want to see Z-Freak on the cool heroes again, not the freaking Bloodlust machine.
Maybe Envy is going to play Ogre.
That'd be nice.
That's not happening. I wish that he played something that wasn't Ogre, because Envy is one of the best 4 positions in North America.
So
Envy is? I see that you're saying your face is...
Sheaves, I have a perfectly normal expression on. I'm
Ladies
just trying
and
to give my
gentlemen-
professional
Okay.
analysis.
it's the Dizzler. He coming out, Nyx Assassin Marauder, you're gonna get the weave. Could they possibly still get Axe? He's banned. It's the perfect Dazzle game. No
I love
one.
Dazzle. Dazzle been winning a lot of games. I think that was the main reason that Final Tribe lost earlier today to Vegas Squadron. That Dazzle was huge.
He was good. Does provide a lot of utility with the current changes. A lot of armor, a lot of negative armor.
I like it a lot against the Necro too because you can grave the Scythe. Very important.
There's the shaker.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound positive.
I don't like that one. I'm not a... Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's 2 things I think people have been doing wrong when it comes to picking their support duo. The worst is when I see these 2 5s, like the Bane Crystal Maiden or the Phoenix Silencer. I just don't like it unless you draft perfectly around them. The other thing I don't like is duo melee supports. Because now you're in a position where if Ogre can't like win
Maybe
his
he's a
lane-
core.
Core Ogre. Core Ogre. You're right, Sheaves. That's what they're going to do.
Totally intended to say that.
No, Earthshaker core, the crit shaker.
No, you can't. That crit is a 4 player, Jake. He's not a core. He doesn't play off lane. He is Danish, though.
If you have a Core Ogre, is that a 1 or a 3? Off lane or safe lane?
You 3 the Ogre. It's a snaking. It would be a snaking Ogre. And I like it in this game. We saw this Ogre against the Morphling in the past, remember? Where you just lane against him and you just hit him in the face. And like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And Ogre can punch Morphling so hard, RNG is going to wonder, what was our plan anyway?
Wow, Morphling picked up against Necrophos. We saw this earlier today. I was talking a lot ups on the Necrophos on that, but as our boy said, you know, you just grab a morph, you get a BKB, and then it's a different game.
Yeah. I'm liking the RNG draft at the moment. They play better for the late game. I love the Dazzle morph combination. They have a lot of map control available. The Void, icky.
No likey. I like Void.
No likey.
What is the like so far? If Ogre is a core, he can't punch people that are in a chrono. Nobody can do much when there's a chrono happening.
Void is completely dependent on auto attacks to deal damage for the entire game. Ogre is the best buff outside of the mag and power, although arguably Void needs attack speed more than anything else, just because of the bash procs and the way his hero functions. Very high damage. And Ogre enables your Void to not only be better in the lane, but then hunt independently. You can Bloodlust him, he can Shadow Blade, find that Morphling, possibly even solo kill him.
Still sounds fun as a support Ogre, though.
That's true, it might not be. I'd love to see Complexity pick up some global hero. However, the only one remaining is Invoker, and I have yet to see them win a game on Invoker. And I just don't think it fits Limp's style. He's been playing so well at this tournament. I don't want to see him with an Invoker, especially against the Knicks. We saw that as well in a game that should have been lost by that Invoker.
What do you want to see?
Oh, allow me.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know what's a global hero?
What?
You know that what reveals Invis and works really well with Faceless Void?
What?
Zeus, dude. Let's see another Zeus.
They banned Husker.
Damn it.
I'm sure you were very close.
You know what I might do if I'm RNG? I feel like a Venom mid.
Really?
A Venom mid, hell yeah.
That would absolutely destroy Templar. It would help.
Really good against Shaker as well.
Yep, stops the Blink Dagger with the wards, right?
Yeah. You already have the late game secured, just need some team fight, some raw damage, and a TA counter. Alternatively...
Is shutting down TA's lane enough for her to not have an impact? Like, don't you also have to worry about her catching up on Ancients?
TA's a snowballer. You have a Morphling and a Dazzle, I think you're fine taking the game late.
Ooh, they go for the Ember, though.
Ooh, that's actually even better. Now, the Void is in a position to just win this game by himself. And if there's anyone on Complexity you want to have faith in, it's going to be Skemberlu. The concern is their support duo is relatively weak if they don't win the lanes, and it's a hard task for Void. You have to be ahead of this game to win it. TA versus Ember, a very high skill-based matchup, but Ember loves playing against TA. You take away that refraction almost immediately, tons of burst damage, crazy kill potential, level 6, you hunt them on Ancients. It's a really cool draft from both sides.
But who's going to win?
I think RNG is going to win this game, and it's going to take quite a while.
I'm going to go with Complexity. I haven't seen Faceless Void in a while, and, you know, he blew me away last time. I mean, I feel like he knows what he's doing. I'm going to go over there. I believe you're right. If Void can win early, then they will win early.
I believe in the Morphling, so I'm going for RNG. That means we might have a game 3. We'll find out, though. It is over to Moxie and Fogged for game number 2.
All right, guys, welcome back. I don't know about you, sir, but I'm feeling like we're going to probably go to a game 3.
Let's get comfortable.
Basing off of this draft.
This game might take a while.
We've got a Faceless Void in there. I'm not a huge fan of that pickup just because it feels like lately there's just not enough damage going on in that Chronosphere. No, you feel similarly?
Yeah, they don't really have any spells to throw in there. Like, it's just like a Shaker Fissure, and then maybe afterwards he can jump in. But usually you see, like, when you see the Void, you want, like you know, Phoenix, Invoker, stuff like this that can just, like, actually do something inside of it. But at least he has Bloodlust, so he's going to be enabled. And another thing to point out is snaking is... I don't think I see him lose on Necrophos much, to be honest. He always wins on this hero. Every time I see him play, they win. So that's another thing I have to just factor in. And he's lane. It's a good dual lane. The thing about Shaker is you can be, like Kyle was saying, you're this position, you know, you have two weird position 5s that don't really help in the lanes too much. I mean, the Earthshaker at least particularly doesn't help too much, but with the Necrophos, you put a lot of pressure. Ogre, you're a beast. You solidify that top lane for your Void to farm greatly.
Immediately, the Impale arrow just a little bit late coming out from SRF. Yeah, that is a party horn and a half. So Envy going to be able to walk away.
Mid matchup, I've seen this one go both ways. The TA versus Ember matchup.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Stay on Ember. I feel like this is the kind of hero that he really kind of will shine on, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it gives them that mixed magical burst damage that also can have some physical too. It gives them the root, which is excellent to work well with their team to combo with that Mirana in particular. And it's good versus Void, so they can actually catch and set up on him as he can't time walk. Envy, making them go for a walk here. We'll throw out the stun. Should be safe as long as
he
get
gets
connected by
stunned
the
up
arrow.
with the arrow as well. Oh no, Envy. Envy, please here. Yeah, there's gonna be the good old clicks going after him, but no kill just yet. Top lane. A little bit of a battle here for that rune. We'll be able to secure it for Monet, but they grab their own there.
All right, 2 for 2.
Just realized that Snake King's sponsor is Yakisoba.
Oh, I did not see that.
Interesting. All right. Top lane, though, just going to be blocking off those creeps.
So they switch the lanes up on the side of Cole. As soon as they see the Dazzle up top, they move the Necro there so that the Void doesn't get pressured so much. Void is now bottom versus that Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, it does allow them to have more staying ability against that top lane, obviously, being able to go and spam the Death Pulse. Yeah, 343 already getting bullied here by this big old beefy boy.
See a lot of rotations in lanes going to be coming out here.
I like
on both
it.
sides. Yeah. Immediately now the Dazzle's going to pour bottom to be able to safeguard his morph. So lane setups favoring Cole. They've got exactly what they want, and Limp knows this matchup. He should be able to do really well.
Limp is a phenomenal TA. I've seen him go just ridiculous with it. Look at Stay. Yeah, he's getting pretty low. Should be fine, but definitely the pressure is on. You can see that Limp is very comfortable with this hero.
I was saying, like, I've seen this matchup go both ways, of course, but I've also seen, like, the good TA players crush the Ember versus that Ember Spirit. You just get hit by too many side blades, and you have no armor. So every time you do get hit by them, it hurts you so much.
You actually see Stay trying to drag these creeps away here so that way he can actually get some of these CS. Doing the best he can, but Limp, again, like you said, lining up the side blades, making sure that he can harass over onto Stay, and there's not much that Stay can do about it at this point in time.
Yep.
And Skem just getting chased by 343 here.
Catching the creep wave. Envy did the same thing over here, so they're just manipulating waves so that they can have an advantageous matchup. So the Void can at least get some farm. But the other two lanes are going to be amazing for Cole. This one's just going to be a little awkward, I guess.
Makes sense here. There's going to be a big shadow wave, just takes away those illusions immediately as Skem goes dragging the creeps back over to his side of the river here.
And Envy will get a full denied wave, pretty much.
Feels
4
pretty
and
good
3
right
last
now.
hits on the Shaker, yeah. They have to manipulate the wave bottom RNG. They have to get pulls off, either the small pull or the big pull. As Envy, he's going to run there immediately to try to stop it. He's checking if it's the small pull. If not, so that's okay though.
He's hanging out there in the lane. It just feels like there's so much going on outside of the lanes this game, right? They're seeing pulls, you're seeing people like running around. We still have, of course, the mid matchup here between Stay and Limp.
Limp's owning it.
Yeah, he's very much ahead here in CS, 13 and 7, 7 and 1 over here on the Ember.
This could cause a huge snowball for Complexity, getting these two incredibly big cores at the start.
Now, let's not discount Stay, though, because we've seen him get absolutely obliterated in lane and then manage to come back, make enough space, and they've taken it. So
Very true. On a similar type of hero, right? On that Storm.
yeah,
So
on
Ember
those
can-
spirits, man.
Yep.
Stay in the
But
spirits.
he's dropping low. He's got to be very careful. I thought Envy was still there. I thought he might be there for the fissure.
It's a good cancel there over on the salve there on Limp.
The thing about Ember is you really want to like get kills in this lane, even if you have to, like, you know, you're not going to win in the last hit matchup, so you want to try to get some kills because you don't farm at the same pace as TA, who's just going to go Ancients. He's just going to go Ancients and then you're completely set off as the fissure. They get put on the opposite side of it. And Z-Freak has decided I don't need to be top anymore. Necrophos is going to win versus that Mirana quite handily.
Yeah, there's very low chance that he's going to get solo killed by a Mirana. So it makes sense that you'd want to see him do that rotation. Try to put some more pressure down here on the Morphling. Double damage rune is spotted out here by Eternal Envy. Looks like he's going to be picking that up for himself here.
Lovely. Snay might have to just be careful of getting wrapped on here from Afu.
You don't want to get set up. He's looking. Couple little taps, in comes Eternal Envy though. Fissure comes through, oh, but he walks into the arrow. Looks like Afu now caught on the other side. Will throw out that Spike Carapace.
Good move by Envy. Just instantly TP top before the move even happened. Wanting to play around that Necrophos at least just a bit when he's so strong already. Don't want him to die and just get set back. The Ogre now is going to be the one who's trying to help the Void farm since Envy can't actually help too much bottom. His only help is manipulating creep waves. Afu secures range creep with a stun. Bounty runes in 10.
We're almost 5 minutes in and there's no first blood yet.
Yep, slow pace start.
As I say that, you see that Void gets harassed just a little bit, but Stay still hanging out here in the mid lane. He's still a bit behind. There's the first blood though in the top lane. SRF gonna be able to get the kill on Eternal Envy.
It was ours all along.
Gets punished for the bounty. Z-Freak, he'll be the one manipulating the wave still down here, though. The constant pull behind.
Constant, yeah. It's just
so much now.
I like when they start making their own lane and they just start dragging the creeps off to the side even further.
Yeah.
That's always a good time. Something a little bit different in Dota, right? See the same thing over and over.
I think that's what pro players do, right? Whenever there's a patch change, they're like, how can we help our safe?
Stay's 36? Dead, I think. Oh, look at those chains. Nope, doesn't. Oh, he dodges. Still not going to be enough, though.
Gives him the tip. Puts down a lane ward as well. Yep, TA hitting 6 before Ember Spirit. Quick, easy kill. Not even needing a setup from anybody else. As Limp will continue to snowball heavily.
All right, Hasten seen here by Eternal Envy will grab it. Just chase after this Dazzle. Give him a couple love taps. Looking for that fissure too. But don't think he's going to be able to quite get this here. Does get the block though, and in comes Z-Freak. He's looking, they'll throw out that Knight. Can they get that anything more here? Oh, he's dropping really low. Monet, he's looking, but the Fire Blast not going to be enough. It does actually take him down. That Poison Touch. Now Z-Freak in for some trouble. Scam trying to go after him, hoping to maybe get a bash. Gets a bash, but not in time. Z-Freak going to get murdered here, and it's just a battle of these two. And it looks like Scam realizes, I don't think I'm going to win this. I'm going to walk out.
Ooh. Envy, even with the raindrop, it blocks the adaptive strike, but Poison Touch can't be too risky like that versus that spell. It builds up very quickly.
He looked like he was almost scot-free there too.
Yeah.
Bad.
Too much deeps. Snaking already level 6 up top. Treads, he's gonna go same build as last game probably. There is more mixed kind of damage on the side of RNG this time around though.
Stay. He's really struggle busting here in this mid lane. Does have his level 6 though. Will be able to make some remnant plays should he need to. But smoke coming out here from Eternal Envy and Z-Freak as they make their way over to this Dire Tower. They're looking at SRF.
They can get some chain stun into a Reaper Scythe. Couldn't set up for a quick, easy kill. Stay, dropping low while top.
So low top lane. They get the fissure off over here, followed up with the Scythe. That's going to be an easy kill. Now Afu has to be careful. He's on the wrong side here. Will be able to use the Spike Carapace so he can wiggle himself out. Z-Freak throwing down that Bloodlust. They can dive this tower if they really want, but it's like they're going to back off.
So Scam's, I guess they're just going to be fully setting him up as like an offlane board. He might just be like a spellcaster while this Necrophos and TA are just the more of the carries.
Uh-oh, this is looking a little bit scary for 3-4-3. But he's got Monet to back him up here. He actually becomes the Faceless Void. Will go forward, try to put out enough damage, but they're not going to be able to grab him in time.
Wasn't able to get the adaptive strike off since he overcommitted the wave.
Stay is in for some trouble. He will have to jump to that remnant in the mid lane.
And Limp will chase him.
Yeah.
Throw out the traps, slow him down as well as burn some of the flame guard.
And he's got some really nice defensive remnants up though, so it's gonna be okay. Although it doesn't feel good when you have to run away from the enemy, right?
No, definitely not. And now Snay feeling like a boss. He's like, all right, I've had an excellent game. I can put more pressure onto the Morphling than the Void can. Scam, we need you to have some farm. So they switch up these lanes at least for a bit. And Snay will, of course, get that hood very early, which will help a lot versus Morphling and the Ember.
Seems to be the typical typical Snake King build here with the Necrophos, and he seems to be able to get quite a bit early on. So.
Yeah, it's like hood into Yules usually, and then insert item depending on how you feel to get the game. If you need to be the super carry, you go Radiance. If you feel like you need to get like remove some type of debuffs, you go like Lotus Orb. Or if you feel like you can just get a heart and they can't kill you, like last game.
Yeah, you get a heart and they can't kill you.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Morphling, Monet, most important thing for RNG is having a great time farming. They at least have their 3 cores farming. One of the cores farming a bit better than the Void on the opposing side.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on him down here. They have the rotation here with Envy and, of course, Z-Freak. Afu hanging out behind the tower. Not sure what he's hoping. Okay, there's going to be the jump in here from Stay. Nice shackles get thrown out there. Fissure comes through. We'll be able to stun up Stay, though, as they turn around. The Adaptive Strike came out on Envy. They'll get that kill. Now it looks like Z-Freak trying to waddle his little booty out of here, but he's going to get burst down by Stay. And now it looks like Necrophos is next on the list. They will be able to land the Searing Chains, followed up with a nice appeal. Look at all these TPs coming out. The buyback comes out from the Ogre. Actually manages to take him down, too. Envy coming in. They're trying to find them here. Limp actually here as well will be able to go and take down Afu. Stay hiding out in the trees, though. Haven't quite found him, but there it is. Z-Freak finds him. He'll be able to land Fire Blast. Stay trying to run himself, break some ankles, use that fog to his advantage. Still running around in circles. There's a lot of people here, though, Stay. You can hear that Benny Hill music right now as he gets held in with a fissure, gets a slide off. He's trying everything he can, but in the end, that's 3 heroes against 1.
Ends up being a worthy buyback. Snaking does drop, but he almost got the Reaper Scythe off as he was dying, too. Very committed dive by RNG, bringing 4 heroes to get these kills, but at least get some up on that board, up to 6. And Void, Scam, still unable to really farm too well. Stun, off
Doesn't
mark.
connect.
That could have led into a kill for sure.
Just a little bit off the mark on that.
Looks like TA is going to farm jungle and Ancients for the time being and give the Earthshaker the lane. Envy needing a place to get those levels. As I say that, he runs toward top. He looked like he was sapping mid, though.
Well, maybe he was for a little bit, and then he was like, my people need me.
Yep.
He hears the call.
And he's going to go back toward mid.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Probably feeling a bit of pressure. Farming versus like an over-leveled Ember Spirit as a support is always...
Very scary.
Yeah,
very
he can
spooky
just
stuff indeed.
commit forward on you. If they have any +1,
They've
you're
got
dead.
pinstering going on right now. Yeah, look at this. There's a Vendetta. They're going to follow up with an arrow. Will connect, and it looks like it's going to be Afu who gets the kill. Bottom lane, 3-4-3, trying to run himself away. Z-Freak and Snake King hot on his heels, though. They'll try to chase him here. They've got that scythe, and it's just a little short with the scythe, but one last right click will take down the Dazzle.
I love when I see teams punish these support movements, because you know that the cores, they're going to either go to the jungler or make a move and give your supports the lane in the first 10 or so minutes. So immediately we saw both sides do that. Envy shows mid, they rotate around, kill him, bottom, 3-4-3 shows, and he gets surrounded and killed too. Never let teams, always want to punish greed.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Oh, Stay finds himself limp over here. There's the leap forward, though, coming out from SRS. They should be able to get that kill, and Stay gonna take down Limp. Very nicely done there.
Yep, playing around their vision, they emphasize. Playing versus TA, get those wards around those ancient marks. They probably want to put one on the other side too, just to be able to keep tabs of whenever Limp's farming, because they have those ways they can just commit into the back lines. Even with like Moonlight Shadow later on, Vendetta, they've got so many ways to actually catch these heroes.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. It's very scary when you consider the fact that you're just going to keep seeing Nyx maybe, you know, moving around. I was just about to say, I like Afu on this. Arrow comes through SRF, and that is a dead Z-Freak. The dynamic duo of Afu and SRF this game.
That's 3 quick kills.
It's just going to keep happening.
Lane to lane.
It's going to keep happening. They need to put some sort of detection down, I think, too, because you're just going to have this Nyx whenever Vendetta's up. It's creeping around the tower, making sure that SRF is standing nearby, ready with an arrow. Clean up crew.
Yep. It's usually like you're playing versus this like Nyx and Mirana, Moonlight Shadow, and you want to have like a ward sentry by the river area, just in between the lanes on both sides, and then one inside, pretty much on each of the lanes. It costs quite a lot to deal with. So we'll probably see Z-Freak not have a whole lot of money in this game on the Ogre.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm liking Afu on this Nyx Assassin quite a bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Afu on the Nyx Assassin, Looks like his headset is not working quite right here, but yeah. So what do you do right now if you're Complexity?
They have to have, I think they have to have the Void in position to try to set up for counter ganks when they're setting up for like 3 heroes to dive at tier 1. Because Scam, he's been kind of quiet. I know he's trying to get the recovery and catch up, but if he can get in position to save people with a chrono, then they can TP and follow up. Could definitely be a possibility.
Did you see him TPing up top to go grab that tasty farm there?
Yeah.
I feel like the sentry's being placed down here by Z-Freak too.
Yep.
Trying to protect him a little bit more just so they can't get the jump, and they use the Moonlight Shadow, so.
Cole's got it a bit greedy right now, where like the playmaking on their side is a bit difficult until they get look, the Void is kind of like their playmaker, but he doesn't want to be. He wants to farm more. Shaker's far from a Blink Dagger. While on the side of RNG, they've got lots of playmakers. They've got a Butcher Travels, Ember Spirit, Mirana can always look to hunt and make moves around, Nyx Assassin. Yep. Just so many different ways for them to set up for kills. While their Morphling gets really good farm. We see Monet, 5,800 net worth. Just jungling with a Morbid Mask.
All right, they've got a smoke over here. Are they going to be able to find Limp? Answers point to yes right now. Stage jumps forward. Searing Change will connect. They'll follow up with that arrow. Oh, beautiful. A little bit more damage is needed. Limp will fall.
Arrow hit the Ancient.
Oh, hit the Ancient.
Yeah,
okay, I thought it looked like it just barely missed there for like half a second.
Yeah, he almost, I mean, he has the belt, but his refraction charges all got burned immediately from the Ancients, and he couldn't actually get the blink before Ember gets on top. Punished again. Great wards by RNG and keeping that pace up. Those Boots of Travel Ember, really damn liking it this game. Just understanding that Cole's playmaking is just not there. They can make them move around the map. They can be super mobile.
I feel like they were thinking about jumping on Snay over there. Eternal Envy, though, TPing towards the bottom lane. We'll join Snaking. Afu gonna walk himself back, has himself that urn. And I like this, again, the dynamic duo of SRF and Afu together.
Yep.
Just finding these openings, these nice pickoffs.
Hey, if they can get an early timing on a Spirit Vessel on this Nyx Assassin, who it looks like he's going to be able to, it can really screw up Snaking's game.
Afu, Scooty booting. They do have a sentry over on the side, but land a fissure. I'm just gonna back off. There's a lot of people here in this mid lane right now. Afu finds the opening. They go in with the arrow. Does land over onto the TA. They'll be able to take down Z-Freak pretty fast here. They'll follow up with Limp and throw the Shearing Chains over here onto Eternal Envy. They want the Snake King. Can they get him fast enough? Nice fissure, but the last click coming through. Doug comes out, but doesn't matter. It's gonna be a triple kill for SRF. This guy.
They're getting crushed right now. The movements are too much for Complexity to handle. They only have 4 heroes. Void is not a hero at this point in time. He doesn't want to join because he doesn't have any combo plays like we were mentioning. He doesn't have like a Chronosphere into follow-up arrow, a Chronosphere into a Sunstrike, or any type of things like this. He's just a Void.
And he dies to SRF.
And he dies. Trying to secure.
He even gets a smooch. He gets some tips, a smooch. Good grief.
Oh boy, this is snowballing out of control. What looked like a good laning phase start for Complexity. Once RNG gets the level 6s, the level 5s and 6s, they can just make moves all over the place and punish the greed. Feels like Cole, they just need this Blink Dagger on Envy for them to be able to do anything.
And it was a nice enough slam, but just there's no follow-up. Yeah, there goes Z-Freak. They follow, taking down Limp. And go and hold Envy in place. Snake King trying to run himself out, has the Ghost Shroud, but at the last second, even though there's that fissure, we'll be able to take him down. Dunk comes through, but that Echo Slam, just there's no follow-up.
Yep.
A noble try, though, for sure.
Now it's on cooldown for a while, though, so they got to just continue playing the farm game. So Blink BKB will be the choice for Limp, as so much magic damage and control coming out on RNG. He needs that one instead of going for the Deso, which is the usual. And yeah, Cole completely set back after that lane phase. So hard. I mean, it's just so hard for them to make moves. Just feels so much more natural for RNG to just, you know, run around with a Vendetta Nyx, a Moonlight Shadowed.
It gives you so much vision, right?
Yeah.
The vision that you get out of all of that. You know, you've got, like you said, the Nyx Assassin being able to move pretty well undetected. They have a couple sentries down Eternal Envy. You better hope there's not a Nyx nearby, dude. But, and then, of course, like you said, you know, the arrow provides vision as well. You've got Stay, who can kind of zip around very quickly. They've got good mobility. It's a scary thing right now for Complexity. You know, give them some time. they'll definitely be feeling more comfortable, but I don't think that RNG is going to give it to them. And this is exactly what Slacks wanted, right? He wanted them to play very aggressive and kind of get this early momentum, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and with the item builds too. We see now Blink Dagger on stay too, instead of like a natural damage.
Oh, baby.
He's just a ganker.
He's a ganker. Arrow comes through, Starstorm, and they'll just throw out that Shadow Wave. Yules gets used over here on the Necrophos. Oh, they find themselves. Oh no, this is disastrous if they lose this Faceless Void. He's gonna run himself away. Star comes through, they just evaporate him.
Oh man.
Look at these tips, man. They are just playing dirty. Oh,
Another
the arrow into Snake King.
He's okay though.
But SRF decides, we'll let you live today. You're not even worth our time.
They're just completely outmaneuvering Complexity. And Complexity just, it feels like they have no moves on the map to make.
They're running out of real estate here too because they're just taking over this map very quickly. You have to be afraid of Afu there. You've got Envy who's trying to get this dagger. He's very, very close here.
It feels like they need it. It feels like it's the only thing if they have that blink, that's the only way they can make moves. So he does have it now, so let's see. Cole's gonna have to make something really big happen out of this because they're getting outmoved all over the place while the Morphling is free farming during all of it. So Monet, we see him all the way at the top of the net worth. Even if he's been a bit quiet, he showed up to a couple fights, but his team, his Mirana, his Ember Spirit, and that Nyx are dominating the map control.
So this is the move they want to do. They just get the Blink Dagger now over onto Envy. They've got the Chronosphere as well. They've got to be very careful. Afu making his way over. There's quite a few heroes here standing on the high ground. They know that they want to go for these runes. Runes are up. They're hoping maybe they'll get a little greedy already. They're backing out here on the side of RNG. Dazzle probably going to break that smoke. You know what? If he can tank the gank, that is totally okay by them. He is just a lowly Dazzle support. That's all they get off of that smoke. Stay throws out those searing chains. Just like that, they're gone.
All right, tank the gank with the Dazzle.
That's
perfect.
Totally okay if you're RNG.
Yep. They may have spotted the Blink Dagger too on Envy as they walked next to him for a moment. And looks like Scam, he's going to opt for being a bit of a playmaker too, as we kind of thought he would. He's got the Mask of Madness, but then he's queued up the Shadow Blade so he can go hunting, maybe try to set up for that Morphling if he's sitting too low. Or the Ember.
I feel like
Definitely get kill threat. But.
Oh, all right. There's a Chronosphere coming out here. Arrow comes through. We'll just dodge away. And Afu already just walks out. They just don't have this damage with this Chronosphere.
Nope, and they're just going to keep tipping him.
They just, they're hoping they can totally tilt this dude. All for, oh boy.
Yep.
Party horn. Even use a dust. Do manage to find Afu over here in the corner. He's got that Spike Carapace. Doesn't matter, the Scythe will clean up. BKB getting picked up on the Morphling now, though. So they don't have a Chronosphere, though, for quite a while. This might be the time for them to, get really aggressive again. Once the Nyx is up, obviously. Yeah,
I mean, they could look. They've what, Deep Vision up top still. They could look if anyone keeps splitting up. I mean, Cole's been splitting up a lot because they have to just try to farm to catch up in this game. But yeah, it's quite a long time. 50 seconds, no Nyx.
Oh, in comes the Yule, setting up with the arrow. Will connect. Yules comes out as well, though. And Stay finding himself this Ogre. Nice Fire Blast. Gets a little bit of a multicast, but it's not really going to be enough, I think, as they keep tabs on Z-Freak. He tries to run away, and SRF is wicked sick.
So aggressive, this Ember and Mirana, just constantly threatening kills on the map. And Cole, they're just in farm mode. They're just trying to catch up. They don't have natural playmakers. It's just a shaker.
This is pretty scary if you look at the net worth right now, right? We got 10K over on the Morphling, 9.5 on Ember, and 8.4 on Mirana. Next closest is Snake King at 7.9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, especially when you're playing versus a TA. You're playing versus TA and you're winning this early game quite hard. You have to feel pretty good about yourself when you have a Morphling who already, like you said, has BKB, Yasha. He has great morph targets. He can turn into TA, have Refraction in most of the fights. He can turn into Earthshaker, enchant Totem into big hits. He has a lot of different plays he can make on this morph.
Oh, Limp. Limp, do you know what's waiting for you in these woods? Because I don't think you do. There's going to be the Vendetta, the jump forward. BKB comes out, but there's so much damage there. They just take him down. That is the 10-second BKB, though, over on the Morphling.
Probably expecting there to be some backup.
Yeah.
But there wasn't.
No, Z-Freak now in for a little bit of trouble. Mirana's on the hunt over here, Snake King. There's going to be the Yule setup. Afu gonna try to run himself back. Again, does have that spike carapace, and we do lose Z-Freak in the top as expected. That's gonna be a Chronosphere getting used. Again, though, it is the shallow grave that comes through, saves him up. Stay, he's hungry. He gets 3 people over there with those Searing Chains. They'll turn back around. They know that there's, oh my gosh, they've just managed to dodge last second. That Spirit Vessel they're ticking down over here. They use the Echo Slam, but immediately both of them gonna take a little spin ballet into the air. Eternal Envy gets the weave thrown on him. Stay's gonna go right back in here. They're out the Enchant Totem. It's actually gonna be SRF who gets the godlike as he drops that Star Storm.
And drops the tip. Stay on to Envy.
All the tips.
Yep, just nonstop. They're feeling super confident. They're seeing like the 2 situations where we've seen Echo Slam used. It's just been Envy trying to do it by himself, trying to catch them back up, but nothing's working. The Chronosphere doesn't get them a kill. They can't even go for the Reaper play because there's a Dazzle sitting behind them. Yeah, this is looking harder and harder for Cole as it's now an 8K lead for RNG, and they've got all the space in the world. How's our experience and our win percentage? Woo!
There we go.
77.
You know, props to Dazzle. That's got to be, it's a huge issue with this pickup with the Faceless Void as well. If you don't get 3-4-3 in there, he's going to be able to throw out the Shallow Grave and keep people alive, so.
Even like the comment on the panel too, the Reaper Scythe. You pop Reaper on someone, if the Dazzle's in the right spot, he can get that Grave off and counteract it completely.
Doesn't do anything.
And they've itemized great. Just like last game I was talking about complexities itemization, getting all tanky. RNG, they're just like, all right, let's play super fast paced. Blink Dagger Yules Mirana, something you don't see every day. Blink Dagger bots on the Ember. They're just all about that playmaking, setting up their Morphling to have the freest game of his life and farm a Storm.
Now I forget, is this, oh boy, oh baby. There's a jump in, Monet BKB, SRF again. Gets himself a kill, as does Monet. They're just on fire right now. This is an easy Roche for them. They don't have to worry about any problems coming into this pit. Scum, he's trying his best here. He's got Chronosphere coming up, but he just doesn't have much for damage. So.
Yep, it's getting to be quite impossible for Cole.
It's very, very scary. You know, maybe Eternal Envy will land the Echo Slam of his life, but.
They're gonna need it.
Yes, they are. Moonlight Shadow gets used. They do have a sentry ward down, though, so they will spot SRF prowling over here. Now, hats off to Afu. He's had some really good impales. The arrows have been pretty clean. Had a couple misses. But generally, you know, 1 arrow, 1 kill.
Yeah, it's been really good moves. We were talking about the combos that they had, and they've been executing them with like perfection. Just dancing around complexity, it does seem, throughout the entire post-laning phase.
Surgical precision. I like it. I like it. Stay is just, I love when Stay is on heroes like this. I love it. I feel like he just really shines, makes very good decisions. He's got very good positioning. Prefer to see him on these particular types of cores. Look at Afu. Oh, I love it. I love how much information that they get every time he just wiggles around here.
Yeah. So scouts behind the tower, they get wards down, they can freely push for tier 1, tier 2. And like we said, like there's just no plays the complexity can make. They have to be hoping for a Dream Echo Slam with a BKB timing on both that TA and Void. So TA does have hers finished, and I think Void's very close too. But their damage is still gonna be pretty low. And they're playing into an Aegis Morphling already.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, 26 minutes in here. They're going to go high ground. They've got the weave on Monet. BKB gets picked up for Limp, though, so he does have that up and running.
Their damage just isn't there, though. Even if he catches people, they're going to, especially in these situations, they might be weaved. If they get weaved versus this TA just doesn't really apply any damage.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to get woven? Weaved? I don't know.
Both?
Sure. Maybe?
Woven?
I'm sure someone in Twitch chat will tell us. Do back off, though, for the time being. Realizing they don't have to rush too much. Okay, they get the Echo Slam off over here onto Afu. They pop the BKB. Arrow comes in, though. Stay. He's looking for this opening. Afu actually still alive. Will get taken down by the TA, but Monet's on a mega kill streak here. Do manage to finally catch that Dazzle Scum. Going to town over here, trying to get him out. He takes him down. And then SRF, they've got their eyes over here onto Limp. They'll get that kill. Nice bash coming out here over onto the Miranda. There's going to be the Yules. Are they going to set up with the arrow? Do they have it yet? No, it doesn't look like it, but they'll turn back around, and that's going to be a very dead Scum. I think they're out of tips right now, but there's the party horn at least. Oh, there we go. Stay has one still in his back pocket.
And they I mean, they chrono, and we look at the damage numbers.
Yeah.
3,200 damage being able to be dished out by Complexity, as it's more damage just by the Morphling in comparison to everyone on Cole.
Yep. That's the problem with this Faceless Void pickup.
Yeah, it's just a bit too slow-paced versus the way that RNG was playing.
Stay. The jump forward. Shackles. Or rather, Searing Chains. Searing Chains here. There's not too much that they can do right now.
I mean, to Rax, 28 minutes, 13K gold
Arrow
lead.
comes out. Oh, the Ogre takes it to the face. I don't think they're going to go diving for that right now, though.
They looking for the tier 2.
Yeah.
They can just continue pressure, though. They still have Aegis.
They still have Aegis. They don't have the Echo Slam. They already used it. They already used that Chronosphere, and Scythe is down.
Yeah. And RNG's draft, they don't have to rely on ultimates. They have a
They're skirmish.
team that's just all composed of just quick battling. Their longest cooldown ultimate is Vendetta.
Oh, looks like they found the... Oh, Scum has to pop the BKB, and they'll turn around. Monet, he wants to dish out this damage. Nice Fissure coming out from Envy will slow him down. That's pretty scary right now for Scum, but that's a BKB down now, too.
I lied. Moonlight Shadow's longer cooldown than Vendetta, but still, that's not really an ultimate. It's not like a damage dealer. But yeah, it's just been absolute control by RNG. Just everywhere.
They're playing this great. They're absolutely... They found their moment, they found their strength, and they just are going for it. And I like it, because that has one thing that I think, you know, we were saying that we'd like to see a little bit differently. Another arrow gets thrown out, not going to land on anything. Just sieging this tower, because they have that Aegis. All right. They do have the Echo Slam up. Oh, the jump forward again, a coming out. Oh, man, that adaptive. Limp probably got a little nervous there for half a second.
You have to be. You just have no space on the map at all. You're getting suffocated. They've got all these wards all over the place too, prepared on the side of RNG. Now it's a full smoke by Cole. They want to try to catch a big hero here. Are they gonna be able to though?
Not gonna catch anyone though. They're already out.
All the bounties claimed by RNG.
Dire's bottom shrine.
That feels bad.
Yup. 19K gold lead. What's that? 98%.
98%. Lincoln's is completed now on Monet.
Okay.
Aegis is reclaimed. They've got an Aeon Disc even here on the Ember just to make sure that he can stay alive and move around. Like, this is one thing that I love about Stay on these heroes, is that if he can literally stay alive, he just keeps going in and out of these team fights consistently, just finding the opening, finding the kills, and making things happen. And I like that a lot. Kind of almost wish that Puck was a thing in the mid lane again so we could watch him play that, because I feel like he'd be very, very good with the way that he's been playing, like the Storm Spirit, the Ember. But Puck is, who's that? Right? Unless you're playing as a support, yeah.
No, I mean, everything's just gone, everything's gone in their favor after laning phase. Great rotations, great movements, and Cole just completely on the back foot. This Void can't actually get enabled to farm any extra because there's just so much kill threat on the map. We've seen it time and time again. Every time someone on Cole gets isolated,
they see Alpha, but they have a lot of backup here if they try to jump forward.
gold lead gonna get worse and worse as the game does progress like this. As Cole, they kind of have to handhold each other. Whenever they do split up, like we were saying, they get picked off. Too much mobility on the side of RNG, and Afu's just... He's just on the prowl this whole game.
Look at that arrow. It just connects right over onto Envy, and they don't have to worry about him now. There's no buyback on him down for 75 seconds. There's Moonlight Shadow. Looks like the Andis gets popped over here on the Ember, and he's just going to walk away. See, Free Kick catch him out. Oh, dear. There's a jump forward, and Monet gets himself a double kill. Working on that Scotty.
This has to be real rough if you're on Cole. Every time you walk outside the base, you die.
I mean, I talked to SRF earlier, and I told him, I was like, all right, we're ready for that 3-game series.
We knew.
We knew. I knew. This is our home now.
Yep.
Hopefully, you know, maybe not a 90-minute game, but, you know, if it's hype, I don't care, I guess, right? They turn back around. Snake King, oh, he's out of here, having to buy back immediately. They're just ripping through these barracks. How are they going to stop them? They've got Chronosphere. What do they have for damage to go in there? Envy's still down for another 20-something seconds, so they can't even open with that.
They don't have a way to stop them here.
They're just going to town. And again, just Dazzle's sitting far back in case he needs to come out with the Grave, because they do have that Chronosphere, but it's not the greatest synergy for that Chronosphere, unfortunately. Yeah, look at Limp.
trying to chase out here, but
Do
all
not
of
chase up that
RNG
hill.
are there. Yep.
Do not chase up Mount Doom. It's not a good thing. Not a good place.
Yeah, this one looks pretty much in the bag unless some crazy 5-man Echo Slam or 5-man Chrono comes out. How long do we have for Roche? I think the other play that Cole could do is the Envy special. 5-man and look 5-man smoke into a Roche pit and hope you can sneak it.
All right. Oh boy, they fall. Okay, there's the slam, but it doesn't land on anything. The arrow connects over onto Z-Freak. Stay finds that opening, zips right in here. Has his eyes over here on Snake. We'll get a nice slight. Starstorm coming out here. There's the Chronosphere, but that's gonna be, wow, that's so much gold that just came out. Scythe comes through though. Not gonna be able to quite get that kill on Stay. They've got the shallow grave. And Skem is taken down. Oh my goodness.
They've got to call GG in a second here.
They can't. Yeah, look at this. There it is. There it is. Triple kill comes out for Monet. Snake King having to run away. Just an outdraft, I think. I don't think that you can play Faceless Void with a draft like that because you just don't have the damage.
Yeah, no damage. Their only real playmaker is an Earthshaker, and he takes a very long time to get that Blink Dagger. TA that's put in a position where she dies like what? She tries to go far back Ancients, dies 2 or 3 times, and the game feels pretty by RNG. Great itemization. Loved Afu on the Nyx.
Yeah, absolutely. Afu's Nyx is just spot on. SRF as well, you know. We've seen him play the Magnus. That's kind of like the big deal, the playmaker. But then seeing him on this Mirana paired up, the dynamic duo of the two of them, just hunting constantly, putting that pressure down. It looked great. Yeah,
and Cole, they had a bit of a good start in the lane too, right? Like Snake King was owning, having crazy amounts of farm, same with the Limp, but then when after post-laning phase, when their whole lineup came together, it's just like anti-synergy pretty much.
Yeah, you know, Stay did not win that lane, but again, he's really good at excelling on these heroes that can kind of just find another opening, get back in, and become a factor again. We saw it with the Leshrek too, so.
Yep, so as we expected, RNG, Cole, game 3. Quick break and we'll be back.